Hello, we are live with Mindset Monday. Evette is about to join me, and we are going to talk about this Mindset Monday. So obviously, we're going to talk about mindset, and what we're going to do is talk about mindset. And guess what? My favourite subject: mindset and learning math. Are you bringing a chair? You're going to sit on that one, or do you want to swap? How's that going to work? Whoopsie! There we go. Oh, she's a ghost. Look.
You have to sit there, can I?
Let's see. Yeah, we can lower it. We can lower it. Oops. Okay, so move over this way. Hello. Oh, look, we're both ghosts. Maybe we should get rid of the fake background so that we can. That's not the one. Yes, it is green screen. None. Yay! That's better. That's much better. It's good to see you. We've got news for you, haven't we?
Right, go on then.
So we are. Oh,
the wrong way.
We can see. I need to come closer because we don't want to see the storage room that's behind there. So we are going to run. Okay, we're going to. Oh, careful with the cable.
Sorry.
We are going to run a maths summer camp, a happy maths summer camp. So we're going to talk today about the value of play when it comes to learning maths, and my driving force behind talking about mindset at all, and my mentor, not really, I haven't met either of the women, but the people that I learn from most in terms of mindset are Carol Dweck and Joe Bowler. Now, Joe Bowler has written, is a writer, has written a number of books. I don't know what that was all about. Has written several books. One of them is on the mindset of learning maths, which is a really useful book. And the point being that every time, most of the learnings that I have, apart from the things I learn myself, but also the things I learn with personal development and things, it's all about mindset, isn't it? It's like, yeah, the people. If you listen to the people, you know, the ones that are upset about everything, and the ones that are complain and blame other people for everything, those people, and say, oh, it's not my fault, my life is terrible, it's because of other things. It's exactly that. The mindset is, I have no control over my environment, and I pass that on. I give away. Talking about give away your power, and that's exactly what they're doing. And the same goes for students in schools that say, oh, I can't do that and I can't do this. And have you heard? I mean, I know the children in my life will say, I don't know how to do that, and walk away. Instead of going, oh, I don't know how to do that, I'd like to learn. And that it happens very, very real. And it's our job as the grown-ups to teach the children another way of doing it. And I personally still, even though I'm on this journey, and I've been on this journey for a long, long time, even though that's the case, I still sometimes, in some particular areas, what are the areas of development?
Yes, areas of development.
That's my area of development. One of them is memory. One of them is calculus in maths and statistics. Definitely areas of development, and so I have to really double, triple think. I'm like, okay, I really don't want to do that, and then I think, okay, that is a fixed mindset. That's my fixed mindset speaking, avoiding the learning, avoiding the challenge, and it's about embracing that challenge. Oh, look at me, we're looking at this screen when we could be looking at that one. Isn't that much nicer? We've got our studio here. That's much nicer. So that's me. I've waffled on for like eons. Evette and I run Babbly Math together.
Freudian slip.
babbling away, and we're partners. in bubbly maths, and so I waffled on. It's Yvette's turn now. I'm going to sit and relax and
watch me.
listen to Yvette's
babbling time, is it? Well, yeah, totally. I mean, I agree with everything that Caroline said. It is very much about mindset, and it's not, that you have to be a positive thinker all the time, because no one is a positive. No one's anything all the time. More to the point than just be a positive.
I'm
thinker.
amazing all the time. She's on.
I know, but okay. Okay, with your halo shining bright. But yeah, so it's definitely something I know personally as well. The same as Caroline, I've been on this personal development journey for a very long time, and it is a work in progress. But it's it's not like, oh, it's a work in progress. It's a fun work in progress, because you're always learning. I think especially if you're a person who loves to learn, then always learning is something that's really fun for you. And I think the other important aspect of it is just, enjoy the process as well, and and be patient and kind to yourself. If you think about how patient and kind you are to people that you care about, when you're learning something new, or you're thinking of something new, or doing something different, be as kind and patient to yourself as you would be to the people that you care about. Yeah, and I think, the mindset thing, because I have been on that personal development journey, when Caroline talks about the mindset of learning maths, it completely makes sense to me, because I'm like, yeah, of course it does. Because, if you get to control the way you think of things in a positive way, why wouldn't you apply that to, to learning anything, including and not, limited to maths? So I think that's really important. And the great thing that we're going to talk about mostly, which was a huge paradigm shift for me, is games in maths. And I'm still learning. And, even these conversations are a learning for me, because I don't want to sit here and talk about, like, the idea of sitting here and talk about math makes me go, can I go do something else, please?
Now, wait. We're just going to qualify this. Yvette has been working with me on bubbly maths for 10 years. It's our anniversary. It's not yet June yet, but it's in June. It's our anniversary in July. Yes, but yeah, so it'll be next month, tomorrow. I want to say June. It was July, and it was 2000. It's 10 years ago. So, and the thing is, she's really crazy enthusiastic about bubbly maths. She thinks it's the best thing since sliced bread. Yes. And yet,
not a fan of maths. Not a fan at all. Like, I totally trust the process. I totally believe in it. I love Caroline's vision, but I'm like, can I not be part of the actual? Which is probably why I'm her nemesis when it comes to our courses and our programming and all those things. Because, and that's a funny thing. I think it's something personal to me as well, that I can understand something intellectually, but there is a different experience in actually doing it. In actually doing it, in actually participating, which is what I'm pushing myself forward to doing. And so as what do we call them? An enthusiastic lifelong learner.
An enthusiastic lifelong learner. You missed a word there, and all of that you just said, there was one very critical word that you missed out. Says, I'm not enthusiastic about maths. Yet. Now, I've got a challenge for you. I didn't actually warn you about this. I've kind of half warned you, and it's only just occurred to me, so I couldn't give you any advance warning. But she's doing it again. She's like, I can't. I don't want to. And I get that. I totally get that. You put, like, some things in front of me, and I'm like, no. Like, for example, painting, whereas Yvette's an artist.
Yes, I love painting.
Put paints in front of me and I go, I'm done now, can I go? So you can, that can be your challenge.
Okay, I'll get you to paint.
There
okay.
you go.
Cool.
So get me to be enthusiastic about painting.
Yes.
So, and not go. Like that. So the thing was that I didn't write yet. Didn't write the word enthusiastic. I can't remember what your thing was. You're gonna have to say it if you can remember. I only half wrote it. So the thing was, we decided. Was it last night to do the summer camp?
Yes.
That's what we do around here. We just go, oh, let's do this, and we do it. And
it was the sea air as well. We spent the day by the seaside in Hastings, and all that fresh air and all that kind of sea, wonderful vitamin C, as in SEA.
Vitamin C.
Yeah, it inspired us. Cleared out the cobwebs and inspired.
Oh my goodness, if you haven't been to Hastings in England, go. That's all I can say. 1066
Yeah, never
country.
mind if you happen to live in, I don't know, Scottsdale, Arizona. Come over to Hastings.
Not Scottsdale, it's
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
They knew what I meant.
So the thing is, though, if you are in the States, you know what they have in Hastings, because it's 1066 country, the Battle of Hastings, they have a Route 1066 diner. They have a Route 1066 diner. I'm so going there. I'm so making it my business to go there and have breakfast there, proper breakfast. So what was I going to say? I was going to say in the challenges we decided last night, last minute, bubbly math style, we pivot on a pinhead. So in a way, COVID is actually
COVID. I like just COVID kind of better.
COVID. That's what. Yeah, COVID. COVID. It was kind of not exactly normal, obviously, for us, but we're able to pivot. We're able to deal with it because we do things on a whim. So if any of you are really organized and want things to be 100% organized before we ever do a workshop with us,
good luck with that.
Yeah, that's not us. So yeah, if that's what you need, then we can recommend lots of wonderful people that will provide that for you. That's not us. We are for the kind of the people who are more sort of fairy energy, and so yeah, so that's us. So last night we were thinking, what are we doing? Because we're going to do some online. We are going to do online courses, and we were going to launch them next week. We have been mentioning the last couple of weeks, and then it occurred to me last summer about this time, even home educators and people from school. I was doing workshops with people. I was doing some tutoring at this time last year. I'm doing some this year, but everyone I'm tutoring right now is up for doing it over the summer because why? Because we are going to do the Happy Maths summer school. Happy Maths summer school. No.
Summer camp.
Happy Maths summer camp. No school. School is out.
Yes.
Soon. Happy Maths summer camp. And it is all what? It is all.
I know. Oh, games! It's games. It's the concept of games. So no do you maths homework, but it's about games. Why games, Caroline?
Why games?
Yes, why games? Because it took me a long time to get my head around the power of games. What happens when you sit with, not just children, people. You sit with little people or big people and you play games to do with maths. What happens to you and what happens to them?
First thing that happens is you find yourself enjoying yourself. And even if you have a problem with maths, the games are designed so that you can play them. No matter what, you can play the games. So you're enjoying yourself playing games. Number one, tick. Enjoyment. Always be learning enjoyment. I've got enjoyment. I'm writing my list. My 10 thing list, yeah. So enjoyment. So you're doing it, and then you're doing lots of thinking, because the games are designed to get you to do mathematical thinking. Mm-hmm. And mathematical thinking isn't what a lot of classrooms, you're doing a lot of classrooms. It isn't learning by rote. It isn't memorizing. It isn't, I've got to do this. It's like, I want to solve this puzzle. I want to win this game. And as a result, you think, in order to do that, I've got to do this. And like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And you go past it, and you don't realize it. You've actually done. You might have done a lot of calculations. You might have done a lot of visualization. You might have used your imagination a lot. And did you know that the one thing that we all have, that means that we can be great at maths, is our imagination. And that's a fact. You can't learn anything if your imagination is switched off. If you don't have an imagination, you can't learn. You can't get a concept that you didn't get before without your imagination, without your subconscious brain coming into play. You're being able to visualize it, being able to work it out. You're like, oh, I don't understand all. And then you're, oh, and that aha moment, that all of that whole process leading up to it is all your imagination, 100%. So you're enjoying it. You're processing. You're doing lots of practical maths. You're doing a lot of mathematical thinking, and then especially, and one of the things we say, I work with an most amazing person called Tony Bearden, and thanks to Tony and the work I've been doing with her for the last year, thanks to that, we at Bubbly Maths and Happy Maths summer camp, we are able to use the Aiming High resources, the Aiming High activities, which include a lot of games. Tony and I have been working on a lot of games over the last year, really fun games, but also great games to take you to another level with your math learning, especially the people that have got a bit frustrated, a bit behind in the last year and a half, nearly.
Yeah.
Year and a half, really. It's, in terms of school times, it's year and a half. And so the idea is that you will, without realizing it, your level of maths will improve. What's happened with Leon?
Well, my son is 13, and he is, he's been up by Bubbly Maths guinea pig for a very long time. He's always doing practicing our shows and stuff like that on him. But Caroline started working with him on a one-to-one basis, and he didn't want to at all. He wasn't interested. She was always kind of offering and let him know that it was there. And I think firstly it was for him that she was always offering, just kind of with love. I'm here if you need it and I can help you. And then he just eventually, I have no idea why, and I don't know what the catalyst was yet. But he eventually took her up on the offer, and that's how they started. They started with games. I was about to say just games, but there's no just. It's games.
Well, yeah, but we didn't do anything other than games for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
He really wasn't ready to do anything. And I would every now and then, test.
Yeah.
No, don't go there. But it took about 3 months, because he was one of those maths, totally disengaged with maths. He just wasn't interested at all. And that was really painful for me, because I've known him since he was 3 years old.
Yeah.
And it was really painful for me to see this child I love hate maths. I'm like, what? It can't be. No, it's not possible. That is the fact. And that is how it is. So it's been the journey for me. My life's mission is that every child on earth will love learning and enjoy mathematics. And I'm watching this child learn to hate maths. I'm like, my life's mission, I'm a failure.
Oh my God.
No, okay, I wasn't. But I was. It did make me more determined. And it's like, okay, we haven't helped Leon yet. And so we played games. We did nothing but play games. He was not interested in doing anything other than playing games for the first 3 months. And then after, there was a point, and it won't be 3 months for everybody. It'll be more for some. It'll be less for others. And even if somebody isn't disengaged from maths, they will learn from these activities. They are what we call low entry, high ceilings. So everyone can play the game, and but everyone can also reach a ceiling. So no matter what age or what your attainment level is, you will be able to get on, we call it a spiral, and you will reach a point where you really have to think, and you're really going to learn then. So at that point, you can stretch yourself a little and then let it go and come back. You can start at a different level and keep going up and advance past that point from last time. So Yes. So, what was the question?
So it was about his experience. Yeah. So, and then also he got to the point that then they started doing more things. And I think the important thing about the games as well was it allowed Caroline to learn and understand what he knew, what he had difficulties with, what he found easy, what he understood, what he didn't understand at all. And it really, and just that experience of him. And I think because he was relaxed, he's he loves his Tia Caroline to bits, and
mutual
love affair. And so I think that trust is there. And I think that when children feel supported, they're open, so I think he felt really supported, and therefore he was open to try it. And then it's not that they just stopped playing games, it was that they were able to add other things. They were able to get specific with what he needed to learn. And because they got specific of what he needed to learn, he actually came back and said, actually, I'm like super bored in my math set and I want to go up a math set. And he did that. So they did that together. He was able to go up and, in his math set. So he's in a brand. And all this during COVID, during online schooling, going back to school for a couple of weeks and then being off again. So, I've in that whole tumultuous year and a half, they did brilliantly. And it was definitely a collaboration between, this mindset that Caroline has about learning maths, which is all about have fun, be relaxed, be creative, and kind of shift that kind of I must get it right, or I must, or it's not a right or wrong thing. It's an experiential thing. It's so that's really, and I think once you shift that mindset, lots of things unfold, lots of things can happen.
And they do. It's really amazing. And that's why we decided we were going to launch a course. We were just going to test it for the month of June and see how it went. And then we realized, you know what, nobody's going to want to engage with this. Not after almost 2 years, year and a half of school being affected by COVID. Let's just play the games. Yes. And that we've got this, as I say, this amazing resource. That I can't remember what links we put on this one. And I know what link we put on this one. I remember what link it was. The link on this one is a link to express an interest. If you find yourself interested in what in the idea of doing a Bubbly Maths Happy Maths summer camp with Bubbly Maths, then just click on the link below or above if you're on Facebook. and
the thing I would add to that as well is I know as a parent there is this worry that depending where your children are, there's this worry that it's been a tough year and a half for them. Some of them might be what you consider behind, but I don't believe in that or whatever. But some of them might be having difficulties. Some of them, I beg you, please do not shove more summer homework down their necks. Like, please, please, please. Just like I advised parents when we were first in lockdown, do not try and reconstruct school, please. Like, we have an opportunity to have a different learning experience. And I can attest to having that giving my child that different learning experience. It eventually came back to help his school experience and the work that needed to be done at school. But, please don't shove summer school or extra homework or any of that stuff down their throats. It's been a tough year for everybody. And if you want to have a struggling summer, do that. And if you want to have a fun summer, engage with Happy Maths summer camp with them and let them just enjoy summer. Like the experience of Happy Maths for my son has had him, a 13-year-old boy who loves anime in his PS4, has had him request to do maths on a Saturday morning.
At 10 o'clock.
Request.
At 10 o'clock. It wasn't 2 o'clock.
10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. He requested it. Why? Because he had a different experience. He had a supportive, loving, fun, engaging experience. And that's what Happy Math Summer Camp will do for you and your kids.
That's what it'll do. So, yeah, and so the challenge. My challenge.
Oh, God.
The challenge.
I was hoping I waffled and then she forgot the challenge.
Set a challenge. That's a nice one. Set a challenge. Set a challenge to your young ones. I'm up for a challenge usually. So the challenge is that, it's a challenge to me really, not so much Evette. Evette can just go, yeah, phew, peace out.
Yeah, great.
She can.
I'll take my peace out.
There's two conditions though. Is it peace out? Peace out? Peace out? Not yet. That by the end of the summer, Evette will actually be enjoying doing maths games in the. Look at her. I'm looking at her.
I think the games will work. I think
that's the challenge.
Yeah,
that's the challenge. That you will enjoy the
Yeah.
maths games in the Happy Maths.
Yeah, definitely. Because I love playing games. Yeah.
And oh, by the way, in case you were thinking, oh, good, we'll plug the kids into Zoom for a bit. No, why not do that?
Because this requires family participation.
No, and there are some provisos, some recommendations, and anybody that actually comes on our course in September will know this well and truly, and will know that it works for them or not, and they won't come on the course if it won't. And that is that the whole family wants to buy in. It's not that the whole family have to participate, but at least one parent has to participate and want to learn how to interact with their children doing maths. Like you might have a newborn baby, for example. How do you work with your don't take that word away. What? How do you play with your newborn baby in such a way that you're preparing them for their mathematical thinking?
That's interesting.
Because it is a skill. It isn't something we are born with a mathematical brain. Proof of that is that a child doesn't, if you think about a child who wants to walk, who's ready to walk, they stand up. A child who's ready to walk, if you are close enough to them, if they're just starting to walk, that literally first 2 steps, if you're close enough to them, they will come towards you. They may sit down on their bottoms in the process, but they will make the attempt. If you're too far away, they just won't. They'll just sit down and, come and get me. They won't do it. Or they'll stand and they'll just hold on to a table or a chair and won't take a step. Because if you're too far away, they know you're too far away. Now, what is that? What is a toddler, somebody who's just learning how to walk? What do you call that? What I call it is estimating, doing the mental measuring and deciding without consciously doing it, but they're using their mathematical brain and their mathematical built-in knowledge, because nobody's taught them that, to actually estimate that distance and know, okay, I can take those 2 or 3 steps and I can get there potentially. They might not, they might still fall on their bottoms on the way, but they're not going to attempt to go across the whole room. They just don't do it because they know they can't. And it's not like, oh, I know I can't do it, so I won't. They just look and they know they can't, so they don't. And that's just one example of, and a child can, and like if you're looking at something, very young baby will look at in the direction you're looking at, so they estimate where your eyes are looking to see what you're looking at, that sort of thing, with nobody teaching them any of that. So a child doesn't actually have to be taught until it gets to a certain level. A child simply has to be played with in a certain way, and that certain way is the way we do it is playing games. And it is, when I say a certain way, there's many ways of doing it, and there's many ways of not doing it. And one of the ways of not doing it is to not engage at all. That was my experience. My mother did not want to engage at all. She said, I will confuse my children. She decided she hadn't had a pleasant experience in school with maths. And she said, I don't want to engage. I did traditional maths. My children are doing modern maths or something, new maths or something. And I had no help with my homework. The only help I had with my homework as a child was my father bought us encyclopedias. That was it.
I remember
that was the end of that. That was all I got at home. At school, yes, of course, we had help at school, but I had nothing at home. And that is, but that goes for, and even with a newborn child, fairly young, but you can still have the conversation. You can still say it. Like when I was carrying my grandchild upstairs, it was counting the stairs. 1, 2, 3, and I count to the top, and then we'll count to the end up going down. Looking at shapes, she's talking about it. I wonder how much water's in that bottle. Oh, it looks quite full to me. You're using, that's just with the little people. So it's just using the language and having the conversation of the kind of things that is useful for them to know, to have that experience, that awareness before they start school. And you will learn that doing work with us on Bubbly Maths. And when with all the games that we're playing, we'll actually show you games that you can play at all different levels, starting with the littlies and going all the way. Basically games that will be interesting to people of any age. But obviously there's something special about how to handle the littlies, and we covered that too. And
so remember that all you have to do is search for the link, whether it might be up there, depending on what platform you're in, and down there, or on the side over there.
That way.
On the side over there. But it's somewhere. There's a link, and use that link and just give us your name and your email address and let us know so we can send you some information about this amazing Happy Maths summer camp.
And because we decided last night, we have the amazing Evette has managed to set up this little thing for you to send us your email and your name. And then there's an email that you'll get that just says, thanks, we're going to be in touch very, very soon, because we haven't got to the next, we know what the next step is, but we haven't got the information. We're basically going to be asking you what format you would prefer. How many days a week would you like? What time of day? How many hours a week?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. We're going to be asking you what you want. We've got a month to do it. Well, if you're in America, then we'll just have you for the month of July. And we're going to be asking you basically what you want. And so that'll be the next thing you receive. If you sign up now, the next thing will be a monkey survey or a survey monkey or something like that. Something.
But before that as well, this week at 7 p.m.
Oh, tonight.
7 p.m.
And tomorrow.
UK time.
And the next day.
And the next day.
And the next day.
And Friday.
And Friday. Thank you. That's the goal.
So 5 days. 5 days. For 5 minutes, for 5 days, we're going to have 5 games.
One game.
One game?
For 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes.
Per night.
Per night.
So there will be 5 games in all.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but I was just playing.
So yeah, so you can join
just in case
in.
And they were going to do 5 games in 5 minutes. I mean, that'd be insane.
That'd be insane. That would blow your mind. Though we intend to blow your mind, but not that way.
No. we want it to be a pleasant experience,
yes,
not
exactly,
like
not a freak out experience. So why we decided to do that is to really give you a micro moment, an experience of that idea of playing games. So it's not just an idea in your head and you're sitting there going, what are they talking about? They're just saying words, and I understand these words because I speak English, but they're just words. So tune in every evening, 7 p.m. UK time, British summer time, and you'll get to experience 5 minutes of what it's like to play games and learn maths.
You talked about a micro moment.
Yes.
What's this?
Your hand doing a weird shape.
It's a microwave. Okay. What's this?
I'm using that as my maths joke tomorrow. I don't know. Hold on. You know what I'm going to do.
We're going to record something live.
Yeah.
Here, live.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of minutes
and then it's going to be my maths joke for tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, you need my Tickle Tuesday.
Background. Are you all right with the background? Excuse me.
It's okay. I'll make it work. So,
Excuse
video.
I just have to check my hair. How is it? How am I?
Right. Should I come round this way so that I'll do this way? Yeah.
Ooh,
proper,
okay.
proper things.
I'm looking at butterflies.
So tell.
I don't need to tell them show them what I'm looking at. No,
Oh,
go
the
ahead.
butterflies. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Tell me your joke.
Oh, what's this?
I don't know. It's your hand in a strange shape.
It's a microwave. Okay, ready? What's this?
I don't know.
It's another microwave. A micro being a millionth, by the way. A millionth of a wave. If that's one wave, that's a millionth of a wave. Not sure if it's scaled correctly there, but anyway, that's what it means literally, a microwave, millionth of a wave. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Have you got 10? You got 6.
Oh my goodness, I've got 6. Are you going to do them?
Yeah, I'm going to do that. She's got 6. She's supposed to have 10. Give me your hand. Never mind. We have 6 today. Because for those of you who don't know, it's Mindset Monday. And Caroline, one of my favorite things about her Mindset Monday is that she writes down 10 normally, but slacking today. It's bank holiday.
It's bank holiday. We've got holiday here.
Yeah, we're on holiday.
It's Memorial Day in America, so in your company.
So we're all on holiday. Yeah. And she normally thinks, I'll just throw it away.
Dropped it on the floor.
Tell them what you normally do.
What do I normally do? I normally have 10.
Yes.
Not
really
5.
Great.
Not 6, but 10.
Yeah.
Little points that we've mentioned throughout the show, but today it's 6.
Number 1, always be learning, which I love. Number 2 is to be kind with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And I think the phrase I was saying was, because someone taught me that too, be as kind and patient with yourself as you would with the people that you love and care about. When you love and care about someone, it's easy for you to be kind and patient with them if you give yourself that same level of kindness and patience when you're learning something. Be enthusiastic. Energy. Playful. Yes, definitely. Remember the word Yet, exactly.
Always use the word et. Et.
No.
Anytime that you anytime that you say I can't, I don't know how, it's not my thing, anything like that, you just add the word yet at the end. Thank you, Carol Dweck. You just say I can't do it yet. The power of the yet, of the yet.
Number 5 is enjoyment.
So it's not just enthusiasm, because you can be enthusiastically angry, I suppose.
True.
Perhaps. Or you can be enthusiastically tiring yourself out or something, but the enjoyment, seriously. So be enthusiastically enjoying yourself.
And set yourself a good challenge. Love a challenge.
Get Evette to absolutely love maths. That's games. My challenge.
Oh, I have a 7 that just popped into my head.
Go for it.
Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process of life, and then you can't go wrong.
Absolutely.
And no matter what, this year's been a good example of that. In this year and a half, year and a bit, always look on
the bright side of life. Always look on the right side of life.
And I can't do the rest. But no, I'll tell you what, it's not. And I'll tell you, if you're not sure how to do that, there is one.
Look on the bright side.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Lots of people don't know how. Oh, and wow. There's one key. I had a whole Mindset Monday on it one time. I'll do it again. Yeah, gratitude. Be grateful. Think of the things you are grateful for. And of course, it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
The things you are grateful for, those things can pull you out. And you write them all down, write them in a book. Some people journal everything, all the gratitudes, write them all down. And then when you're feeling down, do 2 things. Read the book, things you're grateful for, not what other people are grateful for, and add to it. Think, okay, what else? What else? What else? What else am I grateful for? And when you are expressing gratitude, it's really hard to be down. So that was your thing. What was your thing? Be what? What was the last thing?
Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process.
And so 8 is gratitude. So 7, enjoy the process. 8, gratitude.
9 is love thine enemy. And 10 is drink lots of water.
Cheers.
We don't normally have plastic bottles, but we had some. They're there, so we may as well use them. Cheers.
Drink lots of water. Love your enemy. I think it's definitely time to go, isn't it?
See you next week. 4 o'clock UK time. That's 4, not 3. 4 o'clock UK time.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Excellent. Bye.